What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. As always, if you guys are enjoying this series, make sure you leave a like in the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we had just finished up the beautiful S15 Silvia right here. It does have a 3-star SR20 DET engine in it, and it is, in fact, the fastest vehicle around the racetrack for now. Maybe that'll change later on, who's to say for sure, but I think our fastest time in this thing is a minute 41. I could be wrong on that. It was a minute 41 or a minute 42. No, 1 minute 41 seconds. So, the S15 was found in the junkyard, and we've now restored it to pristine museum show car quality, right? The Porsche over here, the 911 RS America, this one was actually found in a barn. So today we're actually going to buy yet another vehicle since we have 160,000 credits on us. And this time, I feel like it's only fair we take ourselves to the auction house and we'll see what we can find there. Now, obviously, we've tried this in the past a few times, and for whatever reason, I've been unable to secure a vehicle from the auction house. So I'm hoping today we can turn things around and potentially end up with something pretty sick. We got a Mustang Fastback, Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme, solid units, 93 Toyota Supra. That would be an interesting purchase as well. I gotta check this thing out because, honest to God, I have no idea what engine actually comes in these things. It's either a 1 or a 2J, I know that much. And this would be the Mark IV Supra. It is a lore-friendly vehicle, so this one's not backed by the manufacturer like we have the Porsche DLC and the Nissan DLC as well. Toyota is yet to jump on the bandwagon for Car Mechanic Sim. It is a good car, but I would really love to see genuine Toyota badges on it. That's the only thing holding me back from purchasing this unit right here. Looks like that mirror has been replaced. It's okay. It's okay. I think we should probably weigh our options, though. Let's check out what else they have. On the next page here, it looks like we have the lore-friendly version of the Nissan Skyline. We also have this sort of subcategory of the vehicle. Maybe that's not the right word for it, but it says Miso. I'm assuming that's going to be their lore-friendly version of Nismo. Again, it's probably a really, really cool car. Looks like it's a 4-star rating on this thing. Starting price $18,300. Could be a lot worse. And unfortunately, I don't actually see any DLC vehicles in here. That's really what I'm searching for, to tell you guys the truth. So let's go ahead and back all the way out, and we'll go to the salvage auctions. We'll see what we can find here. Oh my God, dude. Toyota 2000 GT? I've never even seen one of these. Oh, ooh, yikes. Kind of wish I wouldn't have ever seen one of these, or specifically this one. It is pretty rough, tell you the truth. What is that, inline 6? That's fantastic. Okay. You know, I kind of like it. It reminds me of like an original's not the right word, but a very, very vintage Ferrari. Kind of has a similar looking body shape to it. The headlights, I don't even know what they were thinking. Kind of getting some early model Jaguar vibes. I know I say that like an American. It's Jaguar, but since I'm an American, I say Jaguar. It's just how we do things here, all right? It's just how we do things. So, let's see. We have another 911 RS America right there. Also a salvage unit. Ford Crown Vic. Nissan Fairlady Z. That is finally a DLC vehicle. But I'm just not seeing anything that I really like. So we're going to go back to the garage, and we're going to try this all again. Unfortunately, our first visit to the auction house was a complete and total bust, as it has been in the past, but I am determined to at least walk out of here today with something. And at this point, I might take anything. Oh my God, okay. Trans Am, I like this. GTO, also like that. El Camino, love that. Okay, we're getting into some good ones here. F1 Honey, it's the XL though, not really a fan of the XL model. We have a performance variant of a BMW M5. That's probably a quick little car. I'll be honest. It's a 5 Series. They don't say specifically which 5 Series. Of course, there could be a number of different variants of this thing, but it's pretty sweet. I'll be honest, pretty sweet. The taillights kind of remind me more of Mercedes taillights. I'm not really feeling those. But the front end of this thing looks pretty solid. Looks like we have a hood scoop there as well. It's kind of rough. too. I'm noticing maybe a few waves in the body panels here. Hopefully that's nothing too serious. It is a 5-star car, so I would hope that, you know, the body is at least in order. Oh, it's supercharged. Oh, okay, so that's what they mean by performance. I've got you. So we have a supercharged V8, looks like, in a BMW 5 Series. Could be cool. Could be cool. Let's see what else we got, though. I'm checking out this 1969 Chevy Nova right now, and I like it. I love these classic cars. I think this one in particular is got to be one of my favorites, but I don't know if they have any other variants of them. I would assume that they do, just because I think the vehicle has a few different swap options. This vehicle comes with a OHV V8, but I would love to see sort of a higher horsepower engine in one of these from the factory if we had that option. So I think we should probably check out the salvage cars this time around as well. You never know, there could be something kind of cool in here, something unique. I'm really looking at the sort of like subcategory of the vehicles, just to see if there's anything super special out there. Supercharged El Camino, that could be kind of neat. What else we got? A D/R, not sure what that stands for. A OVE, Evo, not really feeling that either. Performance M3 from 2003. Again, though, these are all going to be salvage, so while they are going to be cheap, they're going to take a ton of money to actually restore. And you know, I realize that maybe I'm just being a little too picky here, but I want to purchase a vehicle that I'm genuinely excited to flip, because that obviously comes across in the videos. I don't want to be super discouraged or super bored while working on a car, because that doesn't really make for good content. On the first page here, noticing a road cruiser, Cadillac Coupe de Ville, a Shiv Trans Am, not sure what that means, a Bon Trope, I don't know, Renault Clio, and then an S-tier Chevy Corvette. Dude, what's with the... Okay, so S might just mean sport model, maybe? Oh, no, and then this one actually says sport. Wait a minute, a Z4? I haven't even seen this vehicle before, dude. I honestly didn't even know it was in the game. Didn't even know it was in the game. Let's take a peek around this thing. Looking like we got a carbon fiber hood, which is interesting. Carbon fiber front bumper. Oh, dude, it's just got carbon everywhere. I don't love the texture they used for that, but maybe there's a way we can swap that out for something else. It's got a lot of carbon on it, dude. A lot of carbon. Pretty cool little car, though. So this is essentially, think of a Miata, but it's a BMW. Kind of. That's probably not a direct comparison, but drop top, Bimmer, 2-seater, coupe, front engine, rear wheel drive unit. It's actually pretty fresh. Looks like we have a V6 in here currently. See if there are any, no swap options, but yeah, dual overhead cam, CHG. You know, it's kind of cool. It's really kind of cool. Car origin, auction, can only be found at the auction. So this thing's kind of rare. It's got a purple mirror over here, so that's obviously been replaced. I kind of like the tan interior, though. That's pretty sweet. I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted to scoop that car up right now, but let's go through the rest of the list, see if we have anything else in here. This would be our first Tesla, the Tesla Roadster. They have the Tesla Roadster concept, and then they also have this actual, like, production model Tesla Roadster, and then I believe a Model 3 is in the game as well. But this thing would be kind of fun, you know? Something different. We have yet to work on an electric vehicle, so honestly, for that reason alone, I'm kind of leaning more towards purchasing this. They look a lot like a Lotus to me, and I believe that's what the platform is actually based on, and then they've sort of, Tesla took it and built it up into something completely different. But even like the little logo up here kind of resembles a Lotus. Got a nice Hawaii plate on there. Let's check out the car status here. Can be found at the auction, salon, or barn. So kind of rare. Definitely not going to find one of these at the junkyard. But let's see. No swap options, of course. It's going to come with the Proton E-R. Makes 326 horse puppies, 332 foot-pounds of torque. I'm assuming we'll have a few performance parts. I don't know, man. I'm really tempted. The engine is going to be more complex. It's definitely going to be more interesting than any of the other cars we have up for auction at the moment. I'm really leaning towards this thing. Really leaning towards this thing. Let's go ahead and start the auction. Worst case, if we don't purchase this thing, you know, we can get something else. Estimated value 68. Big ones. Let's go for it, dude. Let's go ahead and start the auction. We'll see what happens. We're just gonna keep placing a bid, and hopefully we end up winning the thing. Of course, that's usually how car auctions go, right? Oh my god, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Thinking about it now, we might be making a mistake. 38,000 miles? Oh, I lost because I wasn't paying attention. Amazing. Well, like previous times we've been to the auction house, I completely lost my focus and we lost the vehicle. So that's good. That's good. We have a X-Tech Honda Civic, which is probably their V-Tech Honda Civic. Not really a fan of those, but I'm gonna go with this Z. I think. Let's go ahead and start the auction for this one. We'll see what happens. This one is valued at $58,000. We're currently up to a $55,000, $56,000 bid or credit bid. There's 59. Okay, 60,000. Do I want to pay 61 for it? Ooh, do I want to pay 63? There it is. There it is. Okay, we paid 65,105 credits for this vehicle. We'll go ahead and receive it into the garage. I'm pretty excited to check this thing out. I'll be honest. I think it's gonna be a good car for us. And thankfully, since it is an auction vehicle, it should be in fairly good condition, at least drivable. So let's go ahead and move it. We'll swap it out with the Porsche. Put the Porsche outside. Put the Bimmer up on the hoist here. I want to do one quick service to it. We'll just, you know, drain the oil, drop the oil filter, and pop a new filter on there, put some new oil in the engine. But I want to take this straight away to the test track just to see how it all handles, how it performs, stuff like that. We definitely overpaid for this thing, but I'm not going to be too sad about that, honestly. We've got quite a bit of money right now. We're still left with 95,000. Grab a new inline 6 oil filter from the store. Does this have? No, it doesn't. It has a V6. And we'll toss some fresh oil in her. I think I'm going to take the front and rear license plates off just because I don't want to be driving around on the previous owner's plates. That seems like maybe could be a federal offense. I'm not really sure, but it seems illegal. Definitely seems illegal. So we're going to remove that front plate. We're going to move the rear plate as well, and we'll swap those out for just some standard license plates. Nothing too fancy, but as long as it's not the original owner's plates, I think we're probably in the clear. So let's go ahead and take this thing around the test track. Off the launch, it has a very interesting note to it. Oh, wow. Okay, it's a little squirrely. Probably should have taken it into the test path, maybe done an alignment. Seems like it's driving pretty straight though. Okay. Maybe need to go through the brakes a little bit as well. Pretty good over those bumps. And finish line. Yeah, brakes might be a little bad. Now that we've had our joyride, we can officially go through the list here. Brakes are okay. They're not in as bad of condition as I expected. And now we at least know the condition of some of the rubber bushings as well, which is good to know, I suppose. You know what we haven't done is actually examined the vehicle. So I'm gonna go through and do this next. That way we really know what we're working with. I also don't think I talked about this at all, about my plan with this vehicle. I'm hoping that we can have this be a genuine flip. You know, the other two vehicles, we've purchased them and then we've continued to hang on to them rather than sell them. This one, I have no real desire to store in a garage or anything of the sort. I'm really just trying to get a decent amount of money out of this thing. Oh, dude, we just leveled up. Let's go to the toolbox, see what we can do now. We have 6 available skill points. That costs 3. This one costs 3, so let's do both of those. We'll be a little faster around the shop, and we can cut our time to examine things by 0.05 seconds, which is not even going to be noticeable, I'll be honest. But back to examining this thing. So we purchased it for $65,000, I believe. After examining it, I'm going to see what it's actually worth here. So let's take a peek. Sell value right now, just with an oil change, is 72,000. So we're making 7,500 of profit. We've hardly put any money into this. I wouldn't even count an oil change and an oil filter as a big purchase for this vehicle, right? That's pocket change compared to everything else. But the overall body of this thing, I absolutely hate. I just don't like the texture for this, but we should probably take it over to the car wash. We'll see if that's going to improve the value of the vehicle overall. I highly doubt it, but you never know, right? You never know. All right, now that she's been soaking for a little while, let's see. 73,000, dude. Are you kidding me? It actually does improve the value of the thing. That's incredible. Okay, so this might actually be a pretty good money maker for us for the shop as a whole. But now I'm going to send it into the paint booth because I need to try to match this black color. I'm hoping that it's just gloss black, but you never know until you get in here. So factory is gloss black. Perfect. So rather than spraying the whole car, that's obviously fairly expensive and the whole car doesn't actually need it. So I'm just going to remove the mirror. Let's see if we can. Nope, we can't. Okay, so let's move this out to probably just on the lifter, right? Probably just throw it up on the hoist. But we got to go back to the paint shop because all we need to do is spray one mirror and we'll see how much more the vehicle is going to be worth having everything paint matched. I can't imagine this is actually going to improve the value, but again, you never know. Got to try everything. Just a simple gloss black for 1 honey credits. There we be. All right, so we'll head back into the shop now, get this thing thrown back on the, what was this? Passenger side of the vehicle? Driver's side of the vehicle. I'm so used to talking about the S15 now, dude. I'm all turned around. Let's get that mirror thrown back on there. All right. The condition of it hasn't changed, but it's at least color matched. No. Okay. Did not improve the value whatsoever, but I'm pretty happy, I think, with an $8,200 profit on this thing. I think that's actually pretty fair, all things considered. There's definitely still a lot of stuff we don't know about this car. So next I'm just gonna go through our diag tools and we'll figure all the rest of it out. All right, now that we've finished going through all the diagnostic tools we have, I wanna take this over to the test path just because I'm not really sure if the test track sort of checks for the same stuff that the path checks for. So just, you know, for curiosity's sake, we'll send her on over there. It's not gonna take any more than couple seconds, so what the heck, right? It sounds like it has the world's nastiest exhaust leak, but maybe that's how it's supposed to sound. I'm not really sure. Suspension and brakes and everything like that look pretty solid. We'll see how the rear's looking. Wow, the rear's actually better than the front. That never happens. Okay, so now having done all these tests and everything, we're still sitting at the same amount of profit, which is okay. Right, that's totally fine with me. I got a few photos of the thing. I think I'm pretty happy with the amount of stuff that we've done to it, which is next to nothing, right? We've just gone through and washed the vehicle. We also did a very, very quick, very rushed oil change. And now we're here with like a $7,200 profit. I'm sorry, $8,200 profit. But I think I'm ready to just turn right around and get rid of the thing. Honestly, we've had our fun with it, right? We took it around, albeit very briefly, the test track, and that's kind of all I wanted to do with it. I just wanted to see if it were possible to purchase a car from the auction house and then immediately turn around and just try to sell it to some other poor sucker, right? Just to see how much money we could actually make. And I'm completely happy with only 8,200 credits for profit on this thing. We're gonna sell it for 73,000. So we started with 160,000. We now have 168,000. So we made, you know, 8,200, 8,300 on the whole deal. It's pretty good. Pretty good. And now that I know that there's actually money to be made doing stuff like that, I'm more tempted to actually purchase other vehicles from the auction house just because, I mean, that was super easy, right? That hardly took any time and we made a decent amount of money. So if I just continue to do that over and over again, we'll be a billionaire in no time. But I do think that's probably where we're going to wind down this episode at for today. I realize it's probably a short one, but I do hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless. If you did, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment to help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.